Image of Sinatra in a slouch hat, tie askew, cigarette dangling from the corner of his mouth. Pal Joey. Another era. Over the top of the baby grand, I saw a woman come in, sit at the bar. The same one who'd been in here last night. I segued into summertime. In my head, hearing Mahalia Jackson. Probably not a half a dozen people in here would remember Mahalia Jackson. Michael Jackson? Oh man, how times do change. I closed the set with "Nice work if you can get it," and stood up from the piano to scattered applause. This wasn't concert work, just background. I went to the men's room, took a long leak, and came back to the bar. Ronnie had my usual ready. Barbancourt rum over ice with just a splash of soda to drag it out. "It's on the Nun," Ronnie said, tossing her beautiful head in the direction of the woman in white. Ronnie was this season's femme fatale behind the bar. Young, beautiful, promised them anything as long as they stayed at the trough. She'd be here a season, maybe two, then like so many others before her, be gone. This was just a party town. You burned bright here for a time, but sizzled faster. Some basic instinct for survival must get them out before they saw themselves fading into the woman in white with whom I touched glasses. "Mr. Lowry?" "Gideon," I said. Gideon Lowry at the piano. It was on the billboard by the elevator on the ground floor of the hotel. "Virginia." Not Ginger or Ginny, and carefully enunciated as if she might have to work at it. I noticed a slight tremor in her hand, which wasn't offered. Up close, her face was old, but seamless. Not old, ageless. I'm 57 myself, a relic in Key West. But it's my town. Apart from a couple of years in Korea, I've spent my life here. "Those old songs are awfully sentimental, aren't they?" Virginia said. "Pure schmaltz," I said. "But addictive." "Like so many things that aren't good for you." Virginia studied her drink as if I'd rebuked her. That wasn't intended. I have my own problems in that area. I don't know why people are inclined to buy musicians' drinks. It's unnecessary because when we work, they're on the house. More lost souls looking for comfort. Or condolence. "Did you grow up here?" Virginia asked. "I don't remember you." "You're from here?" Virginia shook her head. "My parents moved here when my sister and I were in school. I graduated from Key West High, class of '55. A couple of years after I had. What's your last name?" "Murphy." "I was in Korea when you graduated." She nodded. A forgotten war, and nearly half a century later, our troops were still sitting over there, huddled along the 38th parallel. "My sister, Lila, was a year older than me. She graduated in '54. Lila Murphy. It rang a bell, but I couldn't place her. Like so many names and faces that swept in and out of this place from year to year. "You aren't living here now, I take it." Virginia lifted her glass and drank, set it down for Ronnie to refill. "Savannah. I was born there." I'd driven through there once, and once was enough. The smell that hung over the area from the paper mills was something you didn't forget. "My father was a lawyer," Virginia said, "or more accurately a fisherman who practiced law. That's why we moved here. Now they're all dead." She looked away. I sipped my drink. I was trying to pace myself. There were still a couple of hours to go. "What about your family?" Virginia asked. "Are they still here?" "Mostly dead, or living somewhere else." I looked out the bank of windows behind the bar, where a few boats, shapeless in the dark, were recognizable merely by their red or green navigational light, like a garish cyclops. "Thanks for the drink," I said. This conversation had the prospect of turning maudlin. "I've got to get back to work." Virginia didn't seem to hear. "Lila's dead too." "I'm sorry." "You must have been in Korea when she was killed. I'd like to talk to you about it."